With Paolo Banchero being the #1 overall pick in the draft, no longer is it good enough to be the most NBA ready prospect out of the big three between him, Jabari, and Chet Holmgren. No longer is it good enough that he's going to be a really good player. He is the #1 pick in the draft. He's a little Chris Webber-ish, if I dare say so myself. So we're going to be doing a career simulation, seeing how good NBA 2K22 believes Paolo Banchero to be. We're not going to be doing anything else in the team. I'm not touching anything. I don't modify anything. I don't make any trades. Jamal Mosley is going to coach this team as best as he can. And this is going to be the squad. Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony. That is a weird 1-2 order. Jonathan Isaac and Paolo Banchero will be starting at the power forward position. Wendell Carter Jr. rolling out the rest of the lineup. The preseason power rankings for the team isn't going to be very good, but hopefully, because he's the most NBA ready prospect, Paolo Banchero, 27th overall for NBA.com, ranking 23rd in the power rankings as well for Eric Boner. Paolo Banchero hopefully brings home the Rookie of the Year. Is that the Rookie of the Year award? Yeah, that's it. I'm so good and smart. Let's see how Paolo Banchero does this season. Giannis wins the MVP, put up 24, 13, and 5 on 50, 74, 29 shooting. Jabari Smith wins Rookie of the Year, giving you 19 and 8. Chet Holmgren got hurt. Really? Fractured his right leg for the season. A little similar to what actually happened. So that's interesting. Shadon Sharp, really solid numbers at 75 overall, 17 and 5. Ben Mathurin was surprisingly good. And Paolo Banchero, really high distribution rate. I think that should be weighted a little bit more. He was second in assists. Oh no, really high rebounds. 7.8 rebounds, 16 points, and 2.6 assists. I think he's a lot better at passing the ball than most people think or most people realize. He's probably going to be career somewhere maybe close to 5 assists a game. Paolo Banchero is really dominant, a really good facilitator for his size. Scoring wasn't very good. Interestingly enough, 45 points, 45% from the field goal line, 30% for the three-point line, and 78% from the free throw line. Yeah, his shooting is definitely a concern. He has great mid-range scoring. His full extent of his shooting, though, is a little bit of a question mark. We're hoping that he's able to extend his range out to the NBA three-point line. Andre Drummond, 6th man of the year for the Bulls. Yeah, on his defense player there. Most improved is Precious Achiuwa. And Coach Bud is coach of the year with David Powell being bald. Let's see how the all-rookie first team looks. Paolo Banchero does, in fact, make it. Interestingly enough, there's no centers. Jalen Duren wins the all-rookie second team. So the Magic were pretty bad. I don't know if you can see in the conference rankings in the top right. But yeah, 28 and 54 is also known as 15th, which is also known as worst in the Eastern Conference. Power rankings-wise, they are 3rd worst. The Thunder were abhorrent because Chet Holmgren broke his freaking leg. Spurs were no good. And then the Magic were just 2 games ahead of the Jazz. Not great, but that means they'll be in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. Do we have Victor Wembanyama in this draft class? I guess we'll try to make it a little realistic for the first year. My only problem is Victor Wembanyama turns into an absolute monster and wins every single MVP ever because he's such a good player. Definitely doesn't have any concerns at the fact that he's going to be 7'8" by the time he's drafted. Anything else to look at? We already saw the player stats. Paolo Banchero was the best player on the team, so you got to give him that. Cole Anthony was right behind him. Jalen Suggs didn't particularly have a great year. Markelle Fultz was steady off the bench. Franz Wagner really needs an overall boost. He's getting disrespected in 2K. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. But we'll just simulate through the playoffs, see who wins the championship, because the Magic clearly did not. Looks like we're going to have the Hawks and the Nuggets, and the Hawks seem to be winning. Dejounte Murray is the answer if the question is who's going to win the championship this season. Player retirements, Udonis Haslem isn't retiring, and neither is LeBron. Come on now. Cole Anthony or Carmelo Anthony, I can see. Iggy, Kyle Lowry. Yeah, I'm good with the rest of these. Hall of Fame inductees, Dwight Howard going into the Hall of Fame, getting his jersey retired as well. So is Kyle Lowry. So is Carmelo Anthony. And we will not be controlling anything for this offseason. So just let the CPU handle it. Hopefully they build a mediocre team. Hopefully the Magic got a little lucky in the draft. Cole Anthony is the highest rated player now, up to an 83 on the team. Wendell Carter Jr., 82. Paolo Banchero up to an 82. And they picked up Scoot Henderson. Really interesting pickup. Problem is, how are they going to handle having 17 guards on the team? Not really sure how to feel about that. Maybe we'll do a little bit of management on our own. We will be making sure that Paolo Banchero gets his untapped potential and free throw bump that would have happened if they didn't remove training camps, because I hate the fact that they did that. So if we look at the team right now, You know, I said I wouldn't meddle, but let's meddle a little bit because Cole Anthony should not be getting the start. Jalen Suggs should be the 2. Gary Trent Jr. They signed Gary Trent Jr. and Seth Curry. Come on now, you have too many players. You need to really consolidate some of this talent. So we're gonna be bumping some players' positions just to make sure that the right player goes to the right spot. Cole Anthony needs to be shooting guard off the bench. And then Seth Curry's fine. RJ Hampton. Scoot Henderson needs to start. Jalen Suggs also needs to go to the 2 guard. And just clear the decks for Scoot Henderson. Jalen Suggs at the 2. Jonathan Isaac, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. coming off the bench. Gary Trent, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Seth Curry, and probably Mo Bamba as well. Let's make sure that we have a 10-man rotation. I believe this is going to be good enough to make the team moderately competitive. Scoot Henderson, Paolo Banchero is going to make a lethal duo for a long time. Obviously, Franz Wagner is not getting the respect he deserves, so he's probably not going to develop as well as he should. But the Magic are 14th overall for NBA.com and 14th for Eric Bonner as well. Let's see if this year is better than last because whew, you can't get much worse than 3rd to last in the NBA. Here we are after year 2. Trae Young winning MVP just after winning his first NBA ring. Victor Wembanyama on the Jazz, fittingly enough, wins Rookie of the Year. Greg Jackson is 6th Man of the Year. Okay. Hey, honest defense player, the most improved is Michael Porter Jr. Really? That's just no. Nate McMillan, once again, Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year is Ball. Let's see if we have any Paolo Banchero sightings on the all NBA teams. Probably not. Still a little bit early. He's continuing to develop at this point, but you know, you never know. But what I do know is that the Magic were the 5 seed this year, 16th in the power rankings, but hey, 43 and 39 for the Magic is really good. They're in this tier of not quite good enough to be the top 4 teams because there's a 7-game disparity between the Magic and the next best team, and then there's an 8-game disparity between the Hawks and the Pacers. Holy crap. But yeah, overall, you were right in the middle of the pack, which is good for the Magic. You haven't been in the middle of the pack in years. Actually, they were middle of the pack when they had Evan Fournier, right? They were doing all right. Scoot Henderson has taken over the team as he tends to do whenever he gets drafted. Paolo Banchero, though, very solid. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Right behind him, 1 steal. 47%, 46.9 for the field. Nice. 3-point percentages is up a little bit, 32%. And 77% from the free throw line. How many games was he able to play? All 82 again. Very steady, very healthy player. Not really blowing the league away in any particular stat. League leading in scoring was Luka Doncic. Rebounds was Clint Capella. I think Paulo's going to be on this list somewhere. Let's go down to the Magic. There he is, 40th in the league. Assists, not going to be anywhere. Scoot Henderson is in the top 30. Trae Young having a monster year. Jimmy buckets and steals. Blocks is Miles Turner. Yeah. Just needs another year to develop. But hey, they made the playoffs. And they made the 5 seed, which is rather respectable for a team that hasn't been a 5 seed in a very long time. Taking on the Raptors, Scott Barnes versus Paolo Banchero. That's a matchup I'd like to see. Scoot versus Fred VanVleet, going to be fun. Jalen Suggs versus Hami Diallo. I really like that matchup. Jonathan Isaac, OG Anunoby, very similar. These are 2 really similar teams. Pascal Siakam versus Wendell Carter Jr. is going to be the one that puts you over the top. But let's see how they do in round 1. And the Raptors sweep because the Raptors are a much better team right now. I still believe as Jeremy Grant goes on to win NBA Finals MVP. Oh, what? Is Ja Morant dead? Hello? What? Ja? Excuse me? Ja broke his wrist. Okay, but they still won over the Raptors, who, by the way, the Raptors made the playoffs. They were like the 4 seed. Pascal, okay. And Jeremy Grant sweeps the Raptors and wins NBA Finals MVP. Mind explosion. Okay, let's just accept that happened. Looks like LeBron James isn't retiring after I overrid his decision last year. That's kind of interesting. Cliff Paul does retire. He is old as dirt. Mike Conley, CJ Miles, okay. Hall of Fame inductees is Cliff Paul. Is he getting his jersey retired by the Clippers? He certainly is. So that definitely a year of development, a year of getting better. The Magic are just going to continue to be a better team as this season progresses. Scoot Henderson up to an 87, Franz Wagner up to an 82. Paolo Banchero did not improve this offseason. A little worrying, also random, they brought Tobias Harris back. He was here way in the beginning of his career. Yeah, left after the 2015 season. Got traded, whatever. And Jamario Shoemaker's on the team. It doesn't look like there was too much improvement. Jalen Suggs is up to an 80. There's a lot of steady, mediocre talent. They need Scoot Henderson to turn into a monster, and they need Paolo Banchero to continue his track of development, because an 82 overall in year 3 for your number 1 overall pick just ain't good enough. That's not what you want to see. So come on, Paulo. We need you. I appreciate the fact that Franz Wagner is continuing to get better, but untapped potentials for Paulo all day, every day. Roster's going to be Scoot Henderson, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Isaac, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr. Why isn't Franz Wagner starting? Who knows? Why they bring in Tobias Harris? Who knows? Gary Trent, Seth Curry, and Jamario Shoemaker. Power rankings wise, the Magic are basically the same as they were last year. 14th for NBA.com and 14th for Eric Boner as well. Come on, Paulo. We need you to get good. Luka Doncic wins MVP 31, 8, and 10. Herman Levins, the man named Herman, is Rookie of the Year. Tobias Harris, 6th Man of the Year on the Magic. Defense Player of the Year is Giannis. Chet Holmgren, Most Improved, up to 22 and 9. Not really sure about Most Improved, but he's certainly a good player. Nate McMillan, Coach of the Year again, and the Executive of the Year is some dude named Christopher. So the Magic were really bad, and I don't expect to see any Magic on any of these teams in spite of how good they did last year. They completely missed the playoffs, 24th in the power rankings, 13th in the conference. Really, really awful season. Really big step back, and Paolo Banchero is a part of that. He's severely sprained his ankle, and he's gone. So that hurts. He was only putting up 13 and 7 when he was playing, though. Also hurts. Scoot Henderson's really good. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Jalen Suggs has really developed statistically, overall-wise, not so much, but 17 points is nothing to sneeze at. Tobias Harris was really good. Franz Wagner was okay. I think what happened is that they just dealt with injuries this year. If you look at the games played, let's see. Scoot played 80. Jalen Suggs played 78. Tobias Harris played 77. Paulo played 76. Paulo was healthy for most of it. He just took a step back. Gary Trent missed a couple games. Jonathan Isaac got hurt. I mean, what else is new? Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Paolo Banchero fell off a cliff. 46% from the field, 32%. Statistically, he's about the same, but he is not developing whatsoever, and the Magic really need him to, because holy crap. Paolo Banchero is starting to look like a bust as Trae Young wins another NBA Finals with the Hawks. Russell Westbrook retiring after going back to the Rockets. Reggie Jackson, John Wall, Pat Bev. Okay, Hall of Fame inductees is Russell Westbrook, Blake Griffin, getting his jersey retired as well. Yeah, Paulo, get healthy, develop, because you're going into what, year 3, year 4 now of your career. You got to start playing a lot better than what you gave us. 91 overall. He's up to an 86, so that's good to see. Franz Wagner up to an 83. This is going to be a fun team if they can just kind of put it together. Wendell Carter Jr. at the 5. I guess you'd run Gary Trent. They lost Jalen Suggs, which isn't the worst thing because they still have Gary Trent. Franz Wagner at the 3, Paul at the 4, and Scoot at the 1. Yeah, this team has the potential to be really competitive, especially with Scoot Henderson blossoming, while Paolo Banchero looks in the overalls department like he's going to be pretty good. So look at the starting lineup. You got Scoot Henderson, 91 overall, Gary Trent, 82, Franz Wagner, 83, Paolo Banchero up to an 86, surprisingly, after having probably one of the worst seasons you'll see in his career. And then Wendell Carter Jr., Tobias Harris, and Jamario Shoemaker off the bench. Yeah, this team is definitely quality and good enough to compete. 7th in the standings, 7th for Eric Boner as well. Let's see if we can have a bounce back year. Hopefully Paolo Banchero balls out, maybe makes an all-star game. Let's go. LaMelo Ball wins MVP, giving you a 25, 7.5, 9.5 season on 50, 80, 40 shooting. Fred Pope is Rookie of the Year, only has 2 syllables in his entire name. James Wiseman, 6th Man of the Year on the Pelicans? Don't know how. Scott Barnes wins Defensive Player of the Year. Trey Mann, Most Improved. Yep, I'll give you that. Frankie V is Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year is... This guy just looks funny. All NBA First Team, come on, show me some magic. At least show me Scoot. There he is. This is the Scoot Henderson rebuild. Jalen Suggs ironically makes it after going to the Raptors. Also a little ironic. Defensive First Team, any magic? No. Rookies? No. Okay, so the Magic 5th seed again. The last time they were here, they lost to the Raptors, who went on to go to the finals only to lose. But yeah, definitely a better year. Scoot Henderson is absolutely taking over this team, taking the team away from Paolo Banchero. 25 points, 6 rebounds, almost 10 assists. These are MVP numbers. Paolo's just really solid, really decent, competent, I dare say. 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 50% from the field, 40% from the 3, 70. I mean, this is a career year. You got to give him that, but he's not a trendsetter. He's not a game breaker. He missed 22 games as well. He's just really steady, solid, kind of, I guess you put him on the tier of Brandon Ingram, if that makes sense. The rest of the team, I just glossed over the stats, and I don't really care. So if you look at the scoring, where would you put Paolo? He's at, 16 points a game? He is 49th in the league, so that's not terrible. And the rebounds, 8.3. Again, respectable. 35th. Assists, not great. I mean, he's okay. It's just you have Paolo Banchero on the team, and then Scoot Henderson is absolutely a monster. Turn this team into, a top 6 team. They're 6th in scoring. Defensively, not great. 15th in the league, giving them a 3.4 point differential. That puts the Magic 9th in the NBA. Well, let's see how good they really are going up against Joel Embiid. James Harden is down to his 78, but Tyrese Maxey's up to an 86. You'll love to see it. They brought in Book Knight. That's a nice pickup. Emmanuel quickly, a little ironic. Scoot Henderson, though, monster. James Harden. And then Paolo Banchero. Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup. That's all it is. When you play Joel Embiid, it is tough. But they win game 1, lose game 2. Win game 3. Lose game 4. Lose game 5. And lost 4-2 to the Philadelphia 76ers, who go on to beat the Hawks, interestingly enough, and they lose to the Wizards. The Wizards are in the finals, and they didn't really make any changes to their roster. Okay. Pelicans go on to win because Zion Williamson is the greatest thing to have ever happened to the game of basketball, and LeBron James said, you know what, I'm good after this, and we can't even override if we wanted to. Yeah, that's fair. James Harden retiring as well. So is Harrison Barnes. James Harden, LeBron James going into the Hall of Fame, getting their jerseys retired by everybody. So is Draymond Green. All right, so 2 first-round exits, 1 injury year. I guess 2 disappointing years now for Paolo Banchero. He's going into this is the end of his rookie contract. Let's see if he even gets re-signed. And he doesn't. He doesn't sign with the Magic. Where did you go, Paolo? Just out of curiosity, where did Paolo Banchero end up? Almost never in real life do the rookie players not play out their rookie contracts, but Paolo Banchero's up to a 91 overall now, and he decided to go to the Hornets. So, I mean, good for him. This exact same thing happened to Jabari Smith. They need to fix the rookie contracts so that players stop not re-signing with this team. But yeah, now on MVP LaMelo Ball, Markelle Fultz is here. That's funny. Scary Terry. Jordan Poole is hurt, but he's going to be coming back, hopefully. Nobody at the 3, Paolo Banchero and Bol at the 4, and then Mark Williams at the 5. That is definitely a fun team. So we'll see how the Hornets do. I need to look at the contract, actually. Did Paolo sign a real contract, or is he there for 1 year, and then they're going to trade everybody and go sign Luka Doncic again? Let's see. Paolo Banchero, Okay, so he signed a real contract. That's good to see. LaMelo Ball's got 2 years left on his deal. Let's see how good the Hornets are going to be, because not sure how I feel about Paolo Banchero leaving the Magic when they have Scoot Henderson to go join LaMelo Ball, who's, I mean, in 2K, they're similar. Very, very similar. Where are the Hornets? Am I blind? Am I drunk? Hello, Hornets. They're second for Midacom and second for Eric Bone as well. My issue is that the rookie contracts or the rookie contract re-signings are broken in 2K. They just never seem to get re-signed, even though it almost never happens that the rookies walk after playing there 4 years. I mean, look at DeAndre Ayton. He was threatening to leave, and they still got the qualifying offer or qualifying contract, whatever match. It's the way of the NBA. You play about 7-8 years wherever you get drafted, and then you decide to go to where you want to go. And making his first All-Star game is Paolo Banchero, ironically getting drafted by the captain, LaMelo Ball. Of course, he was taken last, which is a little offensive if you ask me. If I was teammates with LaMelo Ball, I'd want him to take me first. If he takes me last, picks me by default, then I'll be a little bit offended. Definitely going to be some discontent in the locker room, but it looks like the Hornets are playing well. Of course, we're going to be controlling the Magic unless we need to hop in, because I don't want to jinx what's going on with the Charlotte Hornets. I know when users control other teams, it gets all flumpy and doopy, and you know that we try to avoid as much goopiness as we can when we're playing NBA 2K22 because, whew, this game can be absolutely freaking ridiculous at times. Let's just say that. Luka Doncic wins MVP, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Heinrich Johansson is Rookie of the Year. Where is he from? Doesn't say. Cool. Trey Mann is 6th Man of the Year. Am I drunk? Yeah, it doesn't say. It normally says, right? Trey Mann is from nowhere. Okay, they just took that out. Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year for the Warriors. Greg Jackson is Most Improved. And Frankie V is once again Coach of the Year. Joseph Jackson looks hilarious. All-NBA First Team. I guess we're looking for Hornets now. Scoot Henderson made the All-NBA First Team. I don't know why you'd leave Scoot Henderson being your running mate. I get that the LaMelo Ball is really good, a higher overall, but you got drafted here, you got developed here, and then you said, you know what, fuck Scoot Henderson. We're not going to bring a championship, but Paolo Banchero does make the All-NBA 13 out of 91 overall, his first time in his career. How did the Magic do? They were first in the East. I mean, you can't fault the decision. I just disagree with the philosophy, and I disagree with how it was done. 54-28 tied for first with the Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, the Houston Rockets having themselves a career. Jalen Green, again, turns into a monster in 2K. Let's look at the player stats for the Hornets. LaMelo Ball, great year, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. Paolo Banchero, really good year, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Shot splits were 54 from the field, 42% from 3. That will translate, and 77% from the free throw line. Games played, 82 out of 82. He's nothing but steady, reliable. You got to give the man that. Taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1 seed and winning 4-1. Now to take on the Philadelphia 76ers yet again. This time, Miles McBride has replaced James Harden. And James Harden retired, that's right. Mark Williams versus Joel Embiid is going to be a big issue, but Miles McBride versus LaMelo Ball, Paolo Banchero versus Deni Avdija. Yeah, I think the Hornets have a good chance to win here, and they do win 4-1 fashion. Now to take on the Knicks. The Knicks? The Knicks have DeAndre Ayton and Carson Wallace. The Knicks are good. Okay. Well, the Hornets are better. Up 2-0, up 2-1, up 3-1, and 4-1 now to take on the Houston Rockets. Jabari Smith, who's not even playing. Where did Jabari go? Jabari just got benched. Jaden Ivey is here. Oh, this is weird. But Jalen Green, 95 overall. Dyson Daniels, AJ Griffin made his way to the team. Isaiah Stewart, Bert Mayo versus LaMelo Ball and Paolo Banchero. I think the Hornets have a better assembled squad, but you never know with 2K. 2-1, up 3-1, up 3-2, and 4-2. Paolo Banchero wins the NBA Finals MVP, puts up 28 and 12 in his final performance. Look at his splits. 62% from the field, 57% from the three-point line. Well, there you go. Paolo Banchero wins the first ring out of Chet and Jabari. Jabari's not even on the same team that was drafted to him. Steph Curry says, I don't know what is happening. I am retiring. So is DeMar. We'll give Steph one more year. Dennis Schroeder retired. Hall of Fame inductees is Kawhi Leonard going to get his jersey retired? Probably not by San Antonio, let me tell you that. DeMar DeRozan went back to the Raptors, got his jersey retired, and Klay Thompson getting his jersey retired as well. On to player progression. Not going to be regression just yet. And again, we're just controlling the Magic for now. Haven't hopped in any games yet, so it's not going to be a big deal. Looking at the Hornets, LaMelo Ball down to a 93. Weird. Paolo Banchero steady at a 91. Jordan Poole. Mark Williams going to come back from injury. I don't know who Carl Hammonds is, but they brought in Christian Wood, 31 years old at this point in his career. And let's see how the Magic are looking in the preseason power rankings. And when I say the Magic, I mean the Hornets. I am great. Hornets, after winning their championship, are 5th for Americom and 5th for Eric Boner as well. LaMelo Ball wins another MVP, 26, 7, and 10. Jermaine Nelson is Rookie of the Year. Dame Lillard is 6th Man of the Year on the Wizards. Who would have thunk at 37 years old? Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. Nick Smith is Most Improved. And Micah Nori is Coach of the Year. Micah Nori. Jordan Hobson is also bald. All NBA first team, of course, LaMelo made it. Chet Holmgren made it on the Warriors. Okay. Second team, Scoot Henderson, but no Paolo Banchero. Third team, no Paolo Banchero. Interestingly enough. Well, the Hornets, once again, the number 1 seed, best team in the NBA. Hornets are killing the game. Again, Paolo Banchero is the best supporting player ever. He had a little bit of a down year, honestly. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 52 from the field, 44 from the three-point line. Wow. Did he play all 82 games? Yes, sir. He's steady. He's just a really steady second, third option on your championship squad. I don't know why LaMelo Ball's playing down though. Is he upset that he's here? Gonna see what I'm worth in free agency? That's weird. He's regressing. He's down from a 96. I don't know what to think about that. Jordan Poole, Karl Hammonds, Paolo Banchero, and Mark Williams leading out the entire starting lineup. Let's see how they do. 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, and 4-1. Now to take on the Washington Wizards with Damian Lillard coming off the bench. Bradley Beal down to an 84. Patrick Williams on the squad as well. Probably going to be easy, and I say that, and they're losing 3-1, and they get 4-1. A little bit of a disappointment to that year, and now it's going to be Mavericks, Sixers, and the Philadelphia 76ers win a championship. But Joel Embiid doesn't win NBA Finals MVP? Hello? Some 83 overall wins it? Sure. All right, player retirements. Kevin Durant tore his Achilles again. Oof. Stephanie Curry's out. I'm fine with that. Jimmy Buckets is gone. Nikola Vucevic, Chris Middleton, and Rudy Gobert. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry going into the Hall of Fame, getting their jerseys retired as well. Of course, not by the same team. So I wonder if the Hornets going to be able to bring back LaMelo Ball. Definitely. I mean, I'd like to see them keep their team together. I feel like LaMelo Ball is the perfect running mate for Paolo, but let's see. Nope, they brought in Devin Booker. Older, not as good, not a facilitator. Yeah, not a big fan of the move they made there. Definitely would have preferred LaMelo Ball. I don't know why teams refuse to keep their players. It's weird, it's bizarre. I don't understand it. But let's look at the power rankings for the Hornets. They are still 5th for Metacom, 5th for Eric Bonner as well. It's not that they're going to be a bad team. It's just why are they making the moves that they are? The Magic decide not to re-sign Paolo Banchero. He probably could have helped them win a championship with Scoot Henderson. And then the Hornets decide not to bring back LaMelo Ball. He definitely would have won them another championship. And now they have Devin Booker, who's older, different position, not as high in overall. Like what? Just connect the dots for me. Tell me why you would do that logically, logistically. AJ Griffin wins MVP. What? He's an 83 overall. I mean, the stat line's impressive. No. Scoot Henderson wins NBA Finals MVP. Scoot Henderson wins MVP for the Magic. Andor's Murray is Rookie of the Year. Tyrese Proctor, 6th Man of Year. Giannis Defensive Player of the Year. Alan Fleming, Most Improved. And Al Thomas has a great porn stash. Tyrone Swift looks funny. All NBA first team is Scoot Henderson. I don't know how they gave an 83 overall MVP. That makes no sense to me. Not seeing any Hornets. I think that the Hornets were not very good this year, and they are the 2 seed. I mean, not terrible. Sean Brewer, up to an 80 overall. Devin Booker, Paolo Banchero. I mean, again, the team isn't terrible. It's just disappointing you'd get rid of your best player for somebody who's not as good. Devin Booker led them in scoring. Paolo Banchero, again, just a really steady 29 and 4 for the team. Mark Williams got hurt again. Christian Wood did as well. Splits 53% from the field, 40%. Wow. Devin Booker 47% from 3 and 81% from the free throw line. Games played 79 out of 82. That'll work. Taking on the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham, Nick Smith, really good. Ben Mathurin, and the rest of the team not so good. Let's see if they can make it out of the first round, and they do. Taking on the Washington Wizards, who have been surprisingly competitive, even though they don't even have Bradley Beal or Damian Lillard at this point. They have Patrick Williams, Pascal Siakam, Mitchell Robinson, John Davis, Josh Green. Should be a blowout, but it's goes to 7. I tried to stop the simulator. It wouldn't let me. Sean Brewer, Devin Booker, taking on Lonzo Ball. Joel Embiid down to an 89. Herman Levins, all 80 lineup. Really interesting. Game 1 goes to the Hornets. Devin Booker popped off. Is Paolo Banchero hurt? Don't tell me Paolo Banchero's hurt. I need to turn injuries off. Is he hurt again? Left finger hairline fracture day to day. This man better be playing. It is the freaking playoffs. They're losing 2-0. Lonzo Ball, not LaMelo Ball. Paolo Banchero went off 12, 3, and 6 in 33 minutes. Absolute legend. And Paolo Banchero put up 20 and 7, but now they're going to get 4-0'd in embarrassing fashion. And 76ers go on to win, and this guy named Herman now wins NBA Finals MVP. I guess Joel Embiid don't get no respect. Tobias Harris retires on the Mavericks. Was he a Maverick? It feels like he would be a Maverick at some point in his career. No. Just kind of felt like that. Damian Lillard retired. Bradley Beal got injured. That's why he was out. Something with his spine. That hurts. That is a career-ending injury. Hall of Fame inductees is Dame Dollar getting his jersey retired as well. So is Bradley Beal. Well, the Hornets are about one player away from being championship contenders. That is the issue with Paolo Banchero, is that he's good. He's not good enough. And imagine if he stayed here. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been good enough as well. So let's see. Paolo Banchero, 91 overall. Devin Booker regressing down to a 90. 280s. Brought in a Miles Turner at 33 years old. They need one, like an 85-ish player to be their third option. Somebody who's a better facilitator maybe, or a good wing player or something. And then they'd be put over the top. They just haven't made that move, and they traded away LaMelo Ball. Again, I cannot reiterate how many times that annoys me, but the Hornets are fourth in the power rankings. Let's see if Paolo Banchero can bring home his second championship, because he has won one. So that's impressive enough. One NBA Finals MVP. In fact, you know what? Let's do a quick check-in. It's the year 2029 with Paolo Banchero. What are his accolades looking like? Shot chart, recent games, award history. So he's got that one-time NBA championship in 2026, his fifth season, I believe it was with the Hornets before they got rid of LaMelo Ball. Three-time All-Star, one All-NBA team, and one All-Rookie team. So it's not that he's not disappointing by any stretch of the imagination. He's just not living up to number one overall pick potential. When you think number one overall picks, you're like, oh my God, Magic, Shaq, Cade Cunningham, LeBron James. You don't think, oh, he was a really solid second option. Nick Smith wins MVP for the Pistons. Edgar Brooks, Rookie of the Year. Tyrell Terry, Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis, now in the Wizards, Defensive Player of the Year. Fidel Hernandez, Most Improved Player. Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year of the Bulls. And Christian Bartlett has a big nose. All NBA first team. Are you seeing any Paolo Bancheros? Because I am not. Second team? No. Third team? There he is. 91 overall, Mr. All NBA third team. Let's go, dude. Where did the Hornets? The Hornets didn't make the playoffs. They were the 7th seed and they lost both playing games. Well, I guess that's the entire season. There goes the Hornets. A little disappointing. Sean Brewer got hurt. That's not great. Devin Booker was solid. Paolo Banchero was solid. Again, they just need one more player to put him over the top. Paolo Banchero isn't good enough to carry the team. Neither is Devin Booker. Yeah, a little disappointing. Did they deal with injuries? I mean, 11 games, 5 games? Not really. Whoever, yeah, just a disappointing year. No other way to put it. Disappointment overall for Paolo Banchero stands, and the Clippers go on to win. John Morant on the Clippers wins NBA Finals MVP, finally getting that ring after Jeremy Grant won NBA Finals MVP himself. D'Angelo Russell, Christian Wood, some interesting Hall of Famers. Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Probably going to get Anthony Davis's jersey retired. Kyrie Irving, not so much. Seems like instead of retiring his jersey, they'll more likely burn his jersey. But let's see what the Hornets do in this offseason. One move, that's all they need. And their move was to get rid of Paolo Banchero. Okay. Paolo Banchero hitting his prime, about to hit the age of regression. Let's see what team he's going to probably end up in the twilight of his career. Mavericks. Interesting. Who is on the Mavericks? Luka Doncic is here. That'll work. Luka Doncic, although he's only a 91 overall. Teo Maledon backing him up. Well, this is clearly a win. Skip Babcock. AJ Griffin, former MVP, I might add. Something that Paolo Banchero hasn't done. And then nobody at the center position. Definitely going to be an interesting squad, to say the least. I like it. I like the pickup. I like that Paolo Banchero isn't satisfied with a team like the Hornets, who aren't doing enough to put a championship squad around him. And they are the 11th team in the power rankings. Nah, they're going to be they're going to be a 2 seed at the very worst. John Morant wins MVP 23-5 and 8. Joe Queef is Rookie of the Year. Tyrell Terry, Sixth Man of the Year. Yeah, on his defense player there. Terry Hardaway, Most Improved. Is he? Is he really? Yeah, all right, I'll give you Most Improved. Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year, and Joshua Burgess, his last name is Burgess. Do we see the Paolo Banchero experience on all NBA teams? He made the All NBA second team. He's getting better. He's learning. Let's see, what team is he on though? He's on the Mavericks. I told you they'd be a 2 seed. Man, nobody listens to me. Let's see how Paolo Banchero did being with Luka Doncic. Luka, of course, a monster, 25 year. A monster year, 25 points, words, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. AJ Griffin is just a really good performer despite his low-ish overall. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. That'll work. Paolo Banchero, 21 points, 10 rebounds. Really solid numbers from the big fella. How many games did he play? 77. That'll work. And what are these splits? 53% from the field, 42% from the 3, and 81% from the free throw line. I think this is as good a chance as any that Paolo Banchero has to being an NBA champion. Of course, AJ Griffin is the number 3, that third option that I kept saying that they need to bring along for the ride. Luka Doncic, I guess, is going to be the 1, and Paolo Banchero is going to be the 2, now taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And Dorsos Mori, Dejounte Murray, a little older at this point, John Nixon, Heinrich Johansson. Win game 1, win game 2. 2-1, 2-2. Okay, how's my boy doing? Paulo, just not a real big performer in the playoffs, I'm noticing. How can I view? I mean, it's the same thing as Jabari. Every time I see the stats, he hasn't put up shit. And then every time I actually simulate through, he's become a god. Wow, Luka, 47, 7, and 10. That is a Luka Doncic stat line. So they're going to game 7, which means we are going to be hopping into Simcast. I need to go over to the team selection. 2 versus 3 seed. Lakers versus Mavericks. Luka versus Andor Sosmori. Dejounte Murray versus AJ Griffin versus Patrick Baldwin Jr. Jonathan Nixon versus Paolo Banchero and Lunox versus Heinrich Johansson. Really balanced matchup. Interesting game 7 out here in Dallas going into the first quarter. A little bit of a lead back and forth game in the second quarter going into the third. Still a back and forth game going into the fourth quarter. Lakers have a little bit of a lead, about 9 points. Hopefully the Mavericks can chip into that, bite into that. And we'll be trying to clutch this out with Paolo Banchero hitting his prime, going for a ring, up 7 points, 5 minutes left in the game. We're going to hop in a tick under 3 minutes. Let's go. 8-point game, 113-105. Make sure we clutch this out with 2.5 minutes to go. Okay, let's rock the Luka Doncic, Paolo Banchero pick and roll. That just seems like it's going to be spicy for years to come. Here goes Paolo. Throw it down. Lay it up softly. I mean, that's fine, I guess. You know, that's, yeah. Throw it down, lay it up softly. I just got crossed the fuck up, by the way. Holy crap. BLA. Look at Luka Doncic playing like a god. Oh, God, I say that, and he just dribbles right around me. Ooh, baby. Okay, let's get a cut going for Paolo Banchero here. Passing it. Okay. I guess passing it. Okay. This is the worst cut in the world. Here we go. Pump fake. Dribble. Post hook. Jump. Too easy. Paolo Banchero, player of the game. What a monster. What a beast. Playing the power forward position. Here I thought the power forward position was dead. You look at the Clippers. Oh, I'm there. Oh, Paulo gets dunked on. Run it. Run it. Luka Doncic is gassed. Doesn't matter. Going all the way. Contested. Yeah, that was ugly. That was bad. We didn't take any time off the clock. It looked like Luka had a window for a split second. That's why I took that shot, even though it was obviously the wrong decision. But let's go. Paolo Banchero against their point guard. Sosmori. Okay, we left him wide open. Give me the ball. Paulo's running. Going full court. Going coast to coast. Turning on the speed. Throw it down. Paolo Banchero. They need a timeout. I'm basically playing like I'm player locked and grab that rebound and wow. Luka just stole the rebound from me. Oh, Paolo Banchero making mistakes. Making new moves. Throwing the ball away. In the clutch, they shoot for 3. And they missed. Okay, let's get a pull up from half court. Fading. Paulo missed. Well, that'll do it. Dallas Mavericks going on to the next round. I believe we're going to be going to the Western Conference Finals. And like I said, this is probably one of the better chances Paolo Banchero is going to have at winning the championship here. So let's skip through all this. Luka Doncic had himself a game, 33, 10, and 9. AJ Griffin, 36 and 4, and Paolo Banchero, 30, 13, and 2. How often do 3 teammates have 30 plus points per game in the same game in a closeout game? That is impressive. Now taking on the Clippers, Ja Morant, former NBA Finals MVP, Scott Barnes, Tudor Stefan, and Jonathan Kuminga. Let's go. Lose game 1. Win game 2. Win game 3. lose game 4, lose game 5, and another game 7. It ain't 2K if it ain't game 7. Here we are in Los Angeles taking on the Clippers, and we are losing in the first, losing in the second, losing in the third, getting absolutely blown out, and this is an embarrassing closeout performance. How did Paolo do? Not bad, 22-5. Teo Maladone outplayed Luka Doncic. No, Luka got hurt. Why is it always injuries? Why is it always injuries that decide who wins and who goes home? Ja Morant wins another NBA Finals MVP. Yep. Clint Capella retiring. Nobody going into the Hall of Fame. Nobody getting their jersey retired. Disappointing end to a really promising season. Here we are of going into the 2030-2031 year. Luka Doncic down to an 89 overall. Paolo still holding steady at a 91. AJ Griffin brought in Jalen Suggs. Interestingly enough, again, a little less talented. Paolo Banchero is going to have to be the number 1 option this season. Luka Doncic is obviously going to be regressing, but they have a slightly better team. So Luka, Jalen, AJ Griffin, Paolo, and then nobody at the center position. This team certainly has what it takes to win a championship. Can everything work? Can the stars align? While Vlado Jeremic is a 90 overall, so is Karl Towns. This is one of the better chances. There's only like 2 or 3 that you're really going to have in your career to say, you know what? We gave it all we had. We had a little bit of luck, and we won with a championship. This is Paolo's year. Luka Doncic wins an MVP, and he's back up to a 91, but he's regressing pretty hard. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 7.5 assists is still very impressive. Corey Barnes is Rookie of the Year. Rick Rogers has alliteration in his name, and Giannis is Defensive Player of the Year. Vlado Jeremic is Most Improved Player. Micah Nori, Coach of Year, and Wally Ferguson looks funny. All NBA first team, obviously Luka. Are we gonna have Paolo Banchero anywhere else? I know. And he makes the All NBA third team yet again. He's like the Mr. All NBA third team king. But like I said, Mavericks had a really good year, 64-18, number 1 in the NBA. But Luka stepped up. AJ Griffin, he's gonna be coming back from injury. Andrew Wiggins is on the team. But Paolo Banchero, 21 points per game, 321 point per game scores. But Paolo put up 12 rebounds and 4 assists. That is impressive. He is hitting his prime well. 50% from the field, 46% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Games played, 66. I bet you he would have won MVP if he played all 82 games, but we're going to say that's good enough. How did the Mavericks do in the team stats? Because this is an impressive season. Scoring-wise, best team in the NBA. Defensively, best team in the NBA, giving up a 14.4 differential. I think they certainly should win a championship. They are going to beat this guy who's a 69 overall. Nice. Fred Pope. Yeah, good luck. Mavericks should probably sweep. Taking on the Lakers. DeJounte Murray, Edgar Brooks, Heinrich Johansson. They probably should sweep here too. And they win in 4-1. Now to take on the Clippers yet again. Get revenge. There is no longer Ja Morant, but there's Tyrese Halliburton, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, Scotty Barnes, Jack Beasley, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They are certainly a good team, but the Mavericks need to seek revenge. They need to come back bigger, better, faster, stronger, and they're 2-2, up 3-2, and 4-2, back in the NBA Finals for, what is this, the second time now for Paolo? Taking on the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, Nick Smith, John Collins is down to a 77. This is going to be too easy. I'm predicting a sweep. This Pistons squad is nowhere near as good as the Los Angeles Clippers were. 3-1. 3-2. I guess we'll simcast at the very worst. We get to watch the championship celebration. Pistons are winning in the first quarter, winning in the second, back of the fourth game here in the third, going into the fourth quarter. Do we need to clutch it out? 17-point game. We'll just hop in for the celebration. We'll see how Paolo Banchero looks. Does he win NBA Finals MVP? Play game. 25 seconds left. 25 seconds left. And where's our boy? Here he is, gassed, tired, gave everything that he had to the season, and is coming away with his second championship. Pretty impressive if you ask me, because you remember in the Jabari Smith career simulation, he only won one legitimate ring with him. I guess he won two rings with him being the best player on the team. And that's all that I have to say. I don't know who this guy is, but you can have that 3. Enjoy your existence, sir, because Paolo Banchero is going to take it from half. Man, no good. But hey, 108-89, the Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. Paolo Banchero wins his second ring while joining the NBA, and the Pistons fans cannot believe it. Cade Cunningham is in tears. John Collins has his hands on his hips. There it is, yet again, Dallas Mavericks champions. I don't know who the coach is. Is that Micah Nori? Is that the guy whose name we keep saying? Look at their arms. Jesus Christ. Game, my God. Take me to the celebration. I don't want to watch these Pistons fans cheer us on. Paolo Banchero is hyped. He's pumped. He's high-fiving scrawny white women. You love to see it. And there's the watch party. Again, we already talked about how kind of dumb it is. But here we go. NBA championship trophy going to this guy. And I see Luka back there, which makes me think Paolo Banchero is yet again NBA Finals MVP. Two-time MVP. Lift the trophy. Put AJ Griffin's hands. Glitching through the model. Let's go. Yoo-hoo. Show me the NBA Finals MVP. Come on. And there it is. Paolo Banchero, NBA Finals MVP for the second time in as many teams. Lift that really small, awkward trophy. And he didn't even have a great closeout game. 18-9. Not that it's terrible, but AJ Griffin, 31-8-4. Well, there you have it. Paolo Banchero, two-time champion. Now, anybody can win one in a row. 26 points per game is impressive. Can you win two? Player retirements: Joel Embiid, Donovan Mitchell, Kyle Kuzma, Desmond Bane. Going into the Hall of Fame is Joel Embiid as well. Jersey retirements: Joel Embiid and Donovan Mitchell. Let's see if the Mavs can repeat. Let's see if they can keep their core together. I believe Jalen Suggs was the new addition that they brought over this season. Looking at the Mavericks, they have Paulo, Luka, AJ Griffin, Jalen Suggs. Gary Trent Jr. also made his way over to the team. Everybody's regressing because they're all old as fuck. A little funny, but hey, a bunch of old men are still good enough to win a championship, right? Let's go into the power rankings, and they are, says they're third in the top right. Third for NBA.com. Third for Eric Boner as well. I'm predicting they're going to be the best team in the NBA yet again. Chet Holmgren wins MVP for the Warriors, 22-9-4. Horace McDaniel is Rookie of the Year. JD Jameson, Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis, Defense Player of the Year for the Spurs at a million years old. Jesus. JD Jameson, Sixth Man of the Year. Al Thomas has, we've already talked about him. Joshua Burgess, we've already talked about him. All NBA first team, no Mavericks. Second team, Luka and AJ Griffin. Where is Paolo Banchero? We finished third, 55-27 behind the Lakers, behind the Clippers. I guess the preseason power rankings were correct. Where's Paolo Banchero? He had a down year, less than 20 points per game, still 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Not that he had a horrible year, just a little down. 53% from the field, 45% from three, 85% from the free throw line. Games played 68, so he set out a good, significant portion as well. But hey, the Mavericks are still a very competitive 3 seed. Jalen Suggs, AJ Griffin, Paolo Banchero, Luka Doncic. That is good enough to win a championship, taking on essentially one guy against the Rockets. So I'm expecting a sweep. Here we are, taking on the 2 seed, the Lakers again. How many times have we played the Lakers in the playoffs? Lonzo Ball somehow made his way back to the team. 1-1, up 2-1, up 3-1, and 4-1. Now to take on who? The Clippers. Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jonathan Kuminga, Scotty Barnes. Really, really steady, solid team. If they win, I could understand. If they lose, I could understand as well. But the Mavericks are up 2-1, tied 2-2, up 3-2, and we're going to hop in with Simcast yet again just because there's only a few chances that you get when you're in the peak of your prime. Winning in the third quarter, winning into the fourth quarter, about a 10-point lead. And going to close it out, 15 points. And back in the finals are the Mavericks now to take on the Nets. Benjamin Simmons is still here. Spencer Webb, Terry Hardaway, Jin Kim, Jalen Duren. A really solid, steady team as well. But they don't have the top-end talent. They don't have any 90 overalls like the Mavericks do. We're up 2-1, 2-2. Down 3-2, really. Luka Doncic is injured. Luka Doncic always gets fucking hurt in the playoffs. And Paolo Banchero isn't good enough to carry the team. He's good enough to support the team. He's not good enough to carry the team. All right, we're going to have to clutch this out if we get an opportunity. Doesn't look like we're going to because the Nets are closing us out. That is all she wrote. Paolo Banchero loses the NBA Finals. Spencer Webb wins NBA Finals MVP. What is Luka out with now? Paolo Banchero broke his hand. Luka got a cut on his head. Well, that'll cause you to lose. I understand that. Oh, man. And half the Nets squad retired. They said, you know what? We won our championship. Let's get the hell out of here. Benjamin Simmons going into the Hall of Fame, getting his jersey retired by the Brooklyn Nets. Who'd have thunk it? My boy hasn't even played a single game for the Nets yet. But okay. I think this is going to be the twilight of Paolo Banchero's career. Luka Doncic is down to an 86. Paolo Banchero steady at a 90. AJ Griffin holding steady. Looks like Jalen Suggs is gone. No, he's down to a 73 though. Jalen Suggs is regressing into the dirt. They didn't make any changes to the roster. They're going to try and run it back one more time. I mean, I guess it's fine. Just you'd like to see a little more activity when you lose the championship, but they are 4th in the power rankings and 4th for Eric Boner as well. Luka Doncic wins an MVP at age 35, 27-9. All right, Charles Spencer Rookie of the Year. Raymond Long has a funny last name. LaMelo Ball Defensive Player of the Year for the Spurs. Russ Ross, is that really your name, bro? Mike Inori, Coach of the Year again, and Wally Ferguson just has the creepiest smile I've ever seen in my life. All NBA first team, Luka and Paulo made it. You love to see it. Dallas once again the 1 seed. No changes, but they're 61-21 and just had a really dominant year. I mean, Luka Doncic being MVP, that works. AJ Griffin led them in scoring, and Paolo Banchero led them in rebounds and was 2nd in scoring anyway. So just a really well-balanced team. 52% for the field, 44% from 3, 85% from the free throw line. Games played, 82 out of 82. AJ Griffin, 81. Luka, 65, but he's a little older. Taking on the Spurs, ironically, they're a good team. LaMelo versus Luka. AJ Griffin versus Brandon Ingram. Giannis versus Paulo. This is not an 8 seed. Unless they don't fit, like their chemistry is 0, which would make a lot of sense. I don't see how their chemistry could be 0, but hey, we are 4-0ing them. Okay, 2K, whatever you want to do. Taking on the Warriors. They have Chet Holmgren and not much else. Let's see if that's going to be enough for beating the Mavericks, because this is 2K. We're up 2-1, up 3-1, and 4-1. Now to take on the Los Angeles Clippers again. I mean, it's the same like 4 teams every single season. 2-0, 3-0, and 4-0. Now to take on the Heat, who just beat the Nets. Davion Mitchell, Dejounte Murray, Josh Giddey. Yeah, they have 180 overall. We should be killing them. And I say that, and we are only up 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, and 4-1. Luka Doncic wins NBA Finals MVP. I would not be surprised if Luka retires right here. Does he? No. Giannis does. RJ Barrett does. Cole Anthony did. Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Karl Towns going into the Hall of Fame, all getting their jerseys retired. So is Bam and Jaylen Brown. Well, okay. I don't care. Whatever. Do whatever the heck you want to do. I'm not in control of this team, my friend. I am just sitting back and watching Paolo Banchero's greatness. Luka's regressed down to an 82. That hurts. AJ Griffin steady at an 82. Brought in Anthony Conley to be the center. Okay. They just keep trying to re-up that center position. And hey, man, they've won 2 chips. They've been to 3 championships in a row. That's kind of dynasty stuff going on. Luka Doncic, though, 83 overall. Some guy named Sheldon is on the team. AJ Griffin, Paolo Banchero, and Anthony Conley. Power rankings wise, after winning another championship, the Mavericks are 3rd for NBA.com, 3rd for Eric Boner as well. Corey Barnes is MVP. Okay, number 1 overall pick in 2030. Joe Posey is Rookie of the Year. Brevin Carson, 6 minutes. There is way too many white boys winning these awards. What the hell? Stuart Harvey is Defensive Player of the Year. Lamar Sloan, Most Improved. Mike Inori, once again, Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year, has a creepy smile. All NBA first team is Paolo Banchero. Did I see an injury? I saw twisted left knee, out only 1 to 2 weeks. That's fine. But hey, Paolo Banchero is now making the All NBA first teams. That's pretty impressive. Once again, the number 1 seed, 59-23, tied with the Clippers, are the Dallas Mavericks. How are we looking in the stats? Probably about the same as last year, right? AJ Griffin, good. Luka Doncic, good. Paolo Banchero, not quite as good. Is he regressing? 48% from the field, 41% from the 3-point line, 83% from the free throw line. I think Paulo is regressing. 77 games played. Luka Doncic in the 60s, as he always is. I mean, I'll take the All NBA first team. Don't get me wrong, but he's not scoring 20 points per game. I'm a little miffed. Taking on the Blazers. Cade Cunningham still an 87 overall. The rest of the team sucks ass. Let's go ahead and beat them. And now to take on the Golden State Warriors, Chet Holmgren. And that is about it. Luka Doncic is out again. This dude always gets hurt in the playoffs. What do you have now? A sprained toe? Tore his MCL. Well, hopefully Paolo Banchero is going to be good enough to carry this team against Chet Holmgren, because we've seen Luka Doncic go out with injury and then the Mavericks tend to lose. But hey, they're in the finals. They're taking on the Pistons. Yet again, Nick Smith, Patrick Williams. Going to be a really good matchup. Game 1, they lose. Paolo Banchero, 24 and 15. AJ Griffin, 27. Gonna have to win this without Luka. Win game 2. AJ Griffin popped off. Paolo Banchero was steady. Kevin Porter Jr. came along for the ride, 17 and 10. Game 3, they win. Game 4, up 3-1. And Paolo Banchero does not bring him to the championship. AJ Griffin wins the NBA Finals MVP over him, but it's definitely must have been a very competitive series. Another championship for the Mavericks. Does Luka say goodbye, good night with all these injuries? Or is he going to try to come back for one more season? Good to see. Devin Booker in his jersey retired, going into the Hall of Fame as well. Let's see if the Mavericks, starting to get really old at this point, can continue to win. I believe this is 3 championships in 4 seasons now, which is about as impressive as you can get. Paulo's still holding steady at a 90. AJ Griffin regressing down to an 80. Luka's in the 70s. Injuries plus age, you just don't want to see that. Here we go. Preseason power rankings yet again. Second to the Lakers and second for Eric Boner as well. Scoot Henderson wins MVP for the Heat. Patrick Morgan, Rookie of the Year. Dyson Daniels, Sixth Man of the Year. Chet Holmgren, Defensive Player of the Year. Jared Bates is a Master Bates. And Mike Inori is Coach of the Year. Wally Ferguson, again, weird. So I was looking and Paolo Banchero broke his ankle. He didn't make the All-Star game. And I'm like, what is wrong with this picture here? I always check that just to see if Paolo Banchero is the captain. He broke his ankle and he missed a large portion of the season. You can see here, he played 48 games. So effectively half of the year just gone. The games he did play, he was very solid, 18 and 12. But AJ Griffin has taken over this team, only being an 81 overall though. 49% for the field, 45% for 3, 83% for the free throw line. Mavericks yet again the 1 seed. At this point, I think it's more that the rest of the league has just not developed yet. And the Mavericks got 1-8 against the Spurs. Or the Clippers? Yeah, Paolo Banchero, only 20 points and 13 rebounds. That's wow. Yeah, it's not too often you get 1-8'd, and it happened here. Well, okay. Kevin Porter Jr. retired. Interesting. Luka Doncic, I guess, is coming back for another season. Jason Tatum going into the Hall of Fame, getting his jersey retired by the Celtics as well. That was a disappointing end to a really tumultuous year. Broken ankle, and then you get 1-8'd. Just not what you want to see from your superstar. And that's what I'm saying. Paolo Banchero can't carry the team on his own as he's regressing back down into the 80s. He's good enough to be a number 2 option, good enough to be a number 3 option, but not good enough to be a number 1. And we've seen that multiple times now, especially with Luka Doncic either retiring or going to a different team. AJ Griffin regressing into the 70s. This is Paulo's team, and he's just not good enough. Unfortunately, it's not that he's a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, as the Mavericks are 4th in the power rankings. He averages about, 19 points and 10 rebounds a game, and that's not carry the team numbers. That's be a really solid player, Chris Bosh kind of numbers, not LeBron James. AJ Griffin wins MVP, putting up 18 points a game. Clearly, the NBA is broken at this point. Randy Brady is Rookie of the Year. Jeffrey Henderson, Sixth Man of the Year. Stuart Harvey, Defensive Player of the Year. Stevie Callaway, Most Improved, putting up 19 points a game. Mike Inori, again, Coach of the Year. Wally Ferguson, again, Executive of the Year. All-NBA First Team, AJ Griffin. Yep. Paolo Banchero, nowhere on any of these lists. Good to see. Did Paolo Banchero miss a significant portion of the season again? Let's go check. Because apparently, AJ Griffin, having less points, less rebounds, less assists, is a better player than Paolo Banchero. Hey! Yeah, Paolo was out again. Some kind of injury. Looks like he's healthy for the playoffs, which is good luck, but yeah. 34 years old. I mean, nothing to whine about. Are they going to get 1-8'd? No, they're going into the next round. And they're making it to the Western Conference Finals, taking on the Pelicans. Again, we've seen so many championships. I'll hop in if it's the championship game where there's no 80 overalls. Yeah, I thought I fixed player progression. So I don't know what to tell you. Paolo Banchero wins NBA Finals MVP at age 34 because 2K is broken. Let's go, baby. Trae Young, Go Pokashevsky, Franz Wagner retiring. Hall of Fame inductees is Luka Doncic and Trae Young. Good to see. Getting their jerseys retired as well. How broken is the NBA? I guess is my question, because I know regression is 6 points higher than it normally is. I'm using the long sim sliders. Paolo Banchero down to an 87. Hey, we brought in Andor Suzmori, our rival for the longest time. Back when he was with the Los Angeles Lakers. Jake Quinn wins MVP for the Suns. Ron Buford, Rookie of the Year. William Patterson, Sixth Man of the Year. Stuart Harvey, Defensive Player of the Year. Most improved is Jake Quinn, and Mike Nori, once again, Coach of the Year of the #1 in the NBA, 83 overall team. Clearly, everything is broken. It's fine. We're just going to sim right through the playoffs. No need to sit through. No need to watch. Everybody sucks in the NBA except us as we lose to the Suns. We lose to Corey Carter. And just for future reference, in case anybody gives a damn, I bumped progression up to 100. We'll see if that does anything. Player retirements, Darius Garland, Zion Williamson. Nobody else really noticeable. Scott Barnes going into the Hall of Fame. Getting their jerseys retired? Yes, they are. Apparently, Jonathan Kuminga was on the Clippers for 13 years. That's pretty fun to see. Here we are going into the 2038 season, and we are officially on Paolo Banchero retirement watch. He's down to an 84, 35 years old, has 2 years left on his deal, getting $83 million. You'll love to see it. All in all, the team isn't that good, though. But, you know, neither is the rest of the league, so I don't really know how to fix that. Power rankings-wise, they are 3rd and 3rd. Let's go, baby. Corey Barnes wins another MVP. Clayton Felder, Rookie of the Year. There's just so many white guys in the NBA now. Lyle Lucas, what a name. Sean Taylor, Defensive Player of the Year. It's like, oh yeah, the NBA MVPs is Jeff, Steven, Kevin, and Tony. You're like, wait, what? Anyway, the Mavericks are the 4 seed. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Paolo Banchero down to 12 points a game, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. This looks like a stat line of somebody who missed a significant portion of the season. No, he's just regressing. Like I said, at this point, we're in the twilight of his career. He's not even the best player on his own team as the Sacramento Kings eliminate the Mavericks. Take that, 2002. Raptors going to win. Joel West wins NBA Finals MVP. Player retirements, Ja Morant, LaMelo Ball down to 74, Tyrese Halliburton, Evan Mobley, Patrick Williams. Hall of Fame inductees, Ja, LaMelo, and Evan Mobley. Jersey retirements, LaMelo, Evan, and Ja, and we are going into the 2038-2039 season. I don't expect Paolo to last past 20, we'll call 2041 is the target year of his retirements. Again, he's still an 83 overall, 36 years old, where Andor Suzmori is 5 years younger and the same overall. That's just how good Paolo Banchero is, okay? Gamers, for the preseason power rankings, Mavericks not doing too well anymore. 15th for NBA.com, and Eric Boner has his 15th as well. Corey Barnes wins another MVP. Rookie of the Year is Harvey Meyer. Harvey. And look at these awards. We're not going to be winning anything. Paolo Banchero is regressing into the dirt, but let's look at his stats for the season. 14 points, not too bad for the 83 overall, 37-year-old man. He's a grandpa at this point. 8.6 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. 45% from the field, 41% from 3. His shooting splits are still incredible, especially for an old man. 71 games started. That's impressive, but yeah, we're on retirement watch at this point, and they lose in the second round to the Suns, who are the 7th seed, who go on to lose to Fausto Roncati. 80 overall. I just want to point out that I did fix some of the overall issues as Jabari Smith retires from the same draft class. AJ Griffin, the old teammate, going into the Hall of Fame. Jerseys retired as well. Cam Whitmore, Nick Smith. Interestingly, I bumped progression up to 100. I think the overalls are starting to balance out a little more realistic at this point. I know it's kind of funky, but hey, I'm not the one who does 2K sliders, and Paolo Banchero went to another team? Paulo, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Let's see where he ended up. I'm not sure a ton of teams are going to be wanting to offer him money, but you know, I'm not in charge of him. He is his own man. He can do whatever he wants. This is a free country. This is America, land of the free, home of the heck. He's got a sore left knee day to day, but playing for the Nuggets at this point. Okay, is he starting? So they have nobody at the point guard position. Some guy named Stevie at the 2. This guy looks to be he's nobody. They got 2 power forwards. Why would you sign here? Just because you want to be a backup? Is that it? And then some center. Okay, weird career decisions there at age 37. But hey, Paulo, you do you. Awards. Nothing going on here, but there are the Nuggets in the 7th seed. Again, they have Stevie Coleman, an 81 overall, Paolo Banchero, and some guy named Charles. So good luck. They win. Nuggets are officially in the playoffs, taking on the Sacramento Kings, and lost. Yeah, there you go. Pushed it to a game 7. That's impressive enough, but you know, not going to be really interesting to see from this point of view as the Pistons go on to win. Ron Buford wins NBA Finals MVP. Player retirements. Paolo Banchero out for the season with a sore left knee. Decides to hang it up after 18 years in the league. This is one of the earlier retirements. Normally they go until they're like a 61 overall, but okay. Let's look at Paulo's career. Going out with an injury. You hate to see that, a sore left knee. He played a lot of games, so the fact that he went out with injury is a little surprising. So you see the later stages in his career, misses about 5 to 10 games, had 3 injury riddled seasons. But then 70, 80, 60, 60, 70, 70. A lot of 80s in the beginning of his career. He's been a pretty steady dude. 1,300 games started is impressive to say the least. But all in all, just a really steady dude. Like low 20s, high teens for the entirety of his career. This was a really bad year on the Magic. I don't know what happened. 13 points a game in his 3rd season was just a huge step back. Went to Charlotte, played well. Went to Dallas, really played well. And then ended up in Denver at the twilight of his career. Rebounds, he was also really steady. You know, double digits, low teens, really good there. Assists kind of fluctuated a bit. And then his shooting splits, besides the later stages of his career, he was a 50, 40, 80 shooter for his prime. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's look at... what can I see here? Tendencies, badges, award history. So he is a 5-time NBA champion. I believe he has 3, I want to say, NBA Finals MVPs. Definitely at least 2. And then I don't know if AJ Griffin and Luka Doncic started to take over there in the mid-2030s. A 13-time All-Star, 2-time first-team All-NBA, 1-time second team, 3-time third team, and he made the All-Defensive second team in 2034? Okay, Paulo, look at you go. Impressive to say the least. His career high was only 43 points. I don't know what it is about these power forwards, but they don't ever even come close to dropping 50. 43 is just a joke. Look, goals made, 3-pointers made. I mean, I feel like Paolo Banchero could drop a 50 piece on you. 26 rebounds is really impressive. 10 assists is a career high. Okay. 6 steals in a game, 4 blocks. Only played 41 minutes. Yeah, it's the way the minutes are given out in these games. They're like, oh, you never have to play more than 42 minutes a game. It is what it is. Yeah, nothing interesting on social media. Kind of weird. He had that weird jump after year 4 to year 5 where he bumped about 5 overalls and went immediately up to a 91 and then was just steady for about 10 years. This is a really professional guy. Age is finally caught up with me, and this is the right time to pursue some new challenges. Well, happy trails, Paolo Banchero. Let's see where you are in the record books. Scoring, I don't expect him to be very high. Here he is at 45th, 24,228 points per game. Definitely is going to be somewhere in the rebounds, though. I mean, 10 rebounds per game for your whole career for 1,300 games should certainly get you somewhere. And there it is, 20th. Assists, not going to be great. Blocks, probably not. Steals, not. I mean, we'll look, I guess. He's 59th in steals. Didn't show up anywhere for blocks. Minutes, probably not. Turnovers, points per game. Yeah, he's not going to be anywhere near Michael Jordan or Will Chamberlain, that's for sure. 3-point percentages, no. And then let's see if he had those crazy 40-point games, because he only played what, 1,300 games, right? He wasn't really a high activity player. Where can I see Paolo Banchero? He was 16th in games played, 1,356 fouls, 40-point games. So does he grace any of this list? Because his career high was a 43 piece. That's kind of unacceptable for a number 1 overall pick. This is what I mean when I'm a little disappointed in the draft class. I call it a B+ draft class. A whole bunch of really solid, really steady players, but I don't think there's, you know, a superstar coming out. Yeah, I'm not seeing Banchero anywhere in the top 95 for 40-point games. He didn't score 50. Triple doubles, probably not. Maybe double doubles he'd be there, but yeah. Just all in all, a really okay career for the young fellow. Well, now he's old. He's retiring. But that is going to do it for Paolo Banchero. Did win a couple of championships, did win a couple of NBA Finals MVPs, certainly deserving to go into the Hall of Fame as well. But all in all, he was just okay. And let's see, Hall of Fame inductees, Paolo Banchero going along with former teammates Scoot Henderson, Kate Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Black. Not the highest scorer, not the highest rebounder, just a really steady dude. Really good number 2 option. And he's getting his jersey retired by the Dallas Mavericks. Played with them for 10 years. But that is going to do it for the Paolo Banchero career simulation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.